John Carter felt his heart beat fast as he entered the Grand Council Hall. The ceiling soared high above him, lit by soft lights that glowed like distant stars. He saw many faces around the room. Some belonged to humans. Others were beings from faraway worlds with shapes and colors he had never seen before. He stood beside Emma Lee, the human envoy. Emma held a slim holotablet in her hands. She drew a deep breath and stepped forward. Cameras and sensors hovered above, capturing every word. John watched her lips move. He knew this moment could change. "History, we come in peace," Emma said in a calm voice. Her words echoed across the hushed hall. "But today Earth makes a choice. We will no longer follow the old council. We will stand on our own." A murmur spread among the aliens. John looked at a tall figure with deep purple skin and 4 arms. The being raised one hand. Its eyes glowed like embers. Another delegate, a small creature with green scales, clicked its mandibles in surprise. Emma held the tablet steady. "Earth has grown. Our people have learned and grown strong. We respect the Council's past, but we cannot ignore our own voice. We must shape our own destiny among the stars." John felt a wave of pride. He saw humans in simple blue uniforms standing with him. None looked afraid. He looked at Liana Grant, a young officer from the Space Navy. Her eyes shone with hope. Next to her, Omar Hughes gripped his datapad. He was the science lead. He had helped Emma prepare her speech. The alien delegates watched in silence. John saw worry in some of their faces. He saw anger in others. He saw curiosity in a few. When Emma finished, a hush fell. The hall was so quiet that John heard his own breath. Then the head of the council rose. He was an elder with silver scales and deep lines on his face. He spoke in a low, rumbling voice. "Earth, you have broken our tradition. You have withdrawn from our fold. Why do you risk war? Why do you shatter unity?" Emma raised her head. "We do not seek war. We seek respect and equality. We seek the right to speak and act for ourselves. The council was born when Earth was young and small. But now Earth stands tall. We can no longer hide behind old rules. We ask for our place at the table of worlds." John saw sparks of light dance around the hall as some sensors activated. He felt tension like a cold wind. In that moment, he understood that the fate of millions rested on this talk. The elder counselor drummed his claw on the podium. "Very well, we will hear your words. But know this, the stars trembled when Earth first rose. They tremble now at your threat to order." Emma nodded. She stepped back. John moved beside her. Among the humans he felt a bond. They had trained for this day. They had studied languages and laws. They had built their faith in one simple belief: humanity deserves respect. After the council's reply, aliens whispered among themselves. Some stood to leave. Others sent signals through their devices. John glanced at a tall blue figure who tapped its temple with a silver rod. He did not know what the tap meant, but he saw the figure's eyes narrow. Emma turned to John. Her voice was soft but strong. "John, we need to get our report to Earth Command quickly. This meeting will continue tomorrow. They will ask for details." John nodded. He followed Emma through a side door into a narrow corridor. The hall's grand lights faded behind them. The walls were bare and cold. He saw Omar and Liana waiting. "Report is queued," Omar said. His fingers moved over the screen. "They want full logs of our journey and the text of your declaration." Emma placed her tablet on Omar's pad. "Send it now. Make sure every translator is included." Liana tapped her wrist console. "Security is tight." "No leaks." John stood near the door. He watched a guard in dark uniform outside their small room. The guard was tall and silent. His face was hidden by a visor. John felt a chill. He wondered if the guard was human or not. "They will try to persuade us to return," Emma said. "Some will bring gifts. Some will bring threats." John clenched his fists. "We will stand firm. Earth needs this chance." Emma nodded. "We must rest. We go back in 2 hours." John and the others left the room. They made their way through empty halls and lit corridors. They reached a lounge area filled with soft chairs and glass tables. The lights were dim. A few humans and aliens sat quietly. Liana poured water into a clear cup. She handed one to John. "Drink, you look tense." John took the cup. He sipped and felt the cool liquid calm him a little. "I just think of my family back on Earth. They trusted me to do this right." Liana smiled kindly. "You are doing well." Emma's speech was strong. Omar joined them. "Our data shows the council is split. Some want a peaceful solution. Others see this as a challenge." Emma sat across from John. Her dark hair fell around her face. Under the dim light, her eyes shone. "I remember when I was young," she said. "I dreamed of stars and ships. I never thought I would speak before the entire council. Yet here I am." John leaned forward. "You spoke for all of us. You gave Earth a clear voice." Emma shook her head. "I only spoke my truth. Our people will decide what comes next." They sat in quiet for a moment. Then alarms in the lounge chimed softly. A voice spoke through hidden speakers. "Envoy team, report to the council hall. Meeting resumes in 5 minutes." Emma stood. "This is it. Back to the hall." John rose. He felt his pulse race. "I am ready." They entered a final corridor. The walls pulsed with blue light. At the end, the council hall doors loomed large. Emma paused. She looked at John. "Stay close." John nodded. He felt unity with his team. They would face the galaxy together. Emma pushed the doors open. Light spilled out into the hallway. John took a step forward. Inside, voices rose and fell. Aliens argued in many tongues. Holographic displays showed star maps and fleet positions. John felt the hum of power in the room. He and the others took their places. Emma stood again at the podium. John watched as she spoke with calm strength. He felt hope in her words. He felt pride in his people. Far beyond the hall, stars trembled as Earth claimed its future. John Carter woke before dawn. The low hum of the council center reached his quarters through thin walls. He rubbed his eyes and dressed in a simple gray suit. He had slept only a few hours. Today was critical. He walked down the silent corridor. Lights glowed faintly overhead. He passed closed doors where other envoys rested. Most were still asleep. He reached the main chamber where Emily and the rest of the team gathered. Emma checked her notes on a holopad. Liana Grant adjusted her uniform. Omar Hughes reviewed sensor data. John felt calm in their quiet presence. He nodded to each. As he joined them, at first light, the hall filled again with delegates. Aliens in vibrant robes and armor found their seats. Human envoys took theirs in a neat row. John stood behind Emma, ready to assist. The council hall grew tense. Rumors had spread overnight of secret meetings and hidden fleets. John saw delegates whispering in small groups. He heard soft clicks of alien speech. He felt the weight of every eye on Earth's envoy. Emma stepped to the podium. She held out her hand for silence. Cameras and sensors hovered nearby, recording. John watched her calm face in the morning glow. "Honored council members," Emma began, "we have heard your words. We have sent our reports to Earth Command. We are ready to answer questions and to discuss terms for our new status." A tall silver envoy rose first. Its voice was high and clear. "Earth speaks of respect and equality. Yet you have broken the Council's covenant. How do you propose to restore confidence among the worlds?" Emma paused. "We propose a new charter. We ask for fair voting rights. We offer our technology and energy resources in exchange. We seek partnership and peace." Murmurs spread. John sensed hope. He saw some delegates nodding. Others frowned. The silver envoy tapped its scroll. "Partnership requires trust. Trust is earned over time. Will Earth submit to audits and joint councils? Will you accept limits on weapon development?" John felt a chill. Weapon limits would weaken Earth's defense. But conflict might follow if they refused. He watched Emma's face remain firm. "We welcome joint councils." Emma said, "We will share our designs and allow audits. We ask for clear timelines and equal votes." A green-scaled delegate spoke next. "You ask for power quickly. Why should we not fear Earth's true intent?" John stepped forward at Emma's sign. He spoke softly. I am John Carter of Earth's Navy. I fought to defend our homeworld. I will stand before you again on a battlefield. Our intent is clear. We choose peace and respect. You may test our will, his words echoed. He stepped back. The hall grew silent. Then applause and clicks rose from some corners. Others remained still. After the session, delegates broke into smaller groups. Emma led John to a side chamber. Inside, Liana and Omar waited. We have 2 key meetings today, Liana said. One with the silver envoy, one with the green-scaled. Counselor, we need to prepare fact sheets. Omar tapped his pad. I have compiled resource maps and trial agreements. We can adjust the language for fairness, John nodded. Let's work quickly. Time is short. They spread holopads on a table. Emma directed sections. John checked numbers. Liana edited text. Omar ran translations. 2 hours later, Emma left to meet the silver envoy. John remained to help Omar refine key points. He felt nervous but focused. At midday, Emma returned, her face calm. They accepted joint audit terms. They want to visit our lab ships next week, John exhaled. Good, and the green-scaled group? Emma smiled. They asked for a demonstration of our defense fleet. They will attend a live drill. John felt relief and pride. Earth had won small victories. He knew more challenges lay ahead. But the day's work had opened doors. They rejoined the main hall for the final session. Emma presented the agreed terms. John stood behind, heart steady. When she finished, the elder counselor spoke once more. His voice was firm but fair. Earth, your terms are accepted in principle. We will draft the new charter. But know this, unity is fragile. You have gained respect, but you have also drawn watchful eyes. Emma nodded. We understand. We will honor the council's ideals and our own rights. A chorus of clicks and nods followed. The session closed. John and his team left the hall together. Outside, sunlight hit the courtyard. Alien flora bloomed in twisting arches. Human and alien envoys mixed and exchanged bows. John looked at Emma. We did well today, she smiled tiredly. This is only the start. Tomorrow we negotiate charter details. The real work begins. John took a breath. He felt the morning air cool on his face. He thought of Earth waiting beyond the stars. He felt hope and determination. Together they walked into the light, ready for the next challenge. The sun hung low over the council center as John Carter and his team gathered in the negotiation chamber. It had been a long morning of talks and demonstrations. Emma Lee had led the live defense drill before an audience of alien delegates. The ships had flown in precise formation and fired warning pulses. The counselors watched in silence, their faces unreadable. After the drill, John, Emma, Liana Grant, and Omar Hughes returned to the chamber. The room was simple, with smooth walls and a long oval table. Holoprojectors waited at each seat. Emma looked at her team with quiet resolve. We have 2 key clauses left to agree on, she said. Membership fees and trade rights. The fees must reflect Earth's economy. The trade rights must protect our resources, Liana nodded. We have prepared proposals. We can show the fee structure and resource quotas. Omar tapped his pad. I ran simulations. Our numbers look fair. Counselors should accept if we show growth rates. John stood near the door. He watched the corridor through a small window. Delegates walked past in groups. Some paused to glance at the room. He felt the weight of expectation. A soft chime sounded. The door slid open. 4 counselors entered. One was the elder with silver scales from the first session. Beside him stood a green-scaled counselor and 2 new faces. A tall figure with white fur and a small one with transparent skin. Emma rose. To welcome them, they all took seats around the table. The silver-scaled counselor spoke first. Today we continue our talks. Earth has proven its strength and goodwill. Yet the details remain. Let us hear your final proposals. Emma rose and moved to a projector. She tapped her tablet. A table appeared showing membership tiers and Earth's contribution. She spoke calmly. Earth proposes Tier 2 membership. We will contribute 5% of our annual energy output. We will open our data archives for council review. In return, we ask full voting rights and reciprocal trade agreements. The white-furred counselor tilted its head. It had golden eyes that flickered in the light. It spoke in a soft voice. 5% is high for a young member. How will Earth support this without harming its people? Omar stepped forward. Our energy output is vast. 5% leaves enough for domestic use. We plan to develop more reactors and solar rings. Our research shows no shortage. The small transparent counselor made a faint chiming sound. It pointed to Earth's growth chart. Your projections assume rapid growth. What if disasters or war reduce output? Will you adjust? Liana smiled and replied. We built flexibility into the charter. We propose annual reviews. If output falls below targets, we renegotiate contributions. The green-scaled delegate clicked its mandibles. And what of trade rights? Earth has rare minerals. Will you allow unrestricted exports? John stepped in. He spoke firmly. We will allow exports under fair quotas. We want partners to thrive too. We propose limits on strategic minerals, but no limits on food and basic goods. The counselors exchanged looks. The silver-scaled elder drummed his claw. Your proposals are clear. We must consult our records. We will reconvene at dusk. They left the chamber, leaving the Earth team alone. Emma exhaled softly. That went well. John nodded. They will return with counter-proposals. Then we negotiate final text. Liana leaned over Omar's pad. Our translations are ready. The chamber's sound systems will broadcast our words to session logs. Omar smiled. We wait and see. They left the negotiation room and walked through a wide corridor. Alien art decorated the walls, floating orbs and twisting vines. John paused to look at a painting of stars in a blue world. He felt a sense of pride in Earth's blue and green surface. When we sign the charter, Emma said, her voice soft, we will make history. John glanced at her. Our people back home will celebrate. Emma shook her head. They will worry. Some will fear our new role. We must prove our intentions with honest actions, John agreed. We will send aid ships to needy worlds. We will open research labs for joint ventures. Liana spoke up. I will start planning the first aid mission. We need ships and crews. We can work on details tonight. John looked ahead. They reached a central hub filled with shops and lounges. Humans and aliens mingled. Some sold curios from distant worlds. Others laughed over drinks. John felt the energy of a galaxy waking to change. They found a quiet table in a cafe. Emma ordered tea for all. They sat and prepared for the next session. We have time before dusk, John said. Let us rest and review. They opened their pads. Omar showed refined proposals. Liana drafted aid mission outlines. John and Emma discussed public statements. We must reassure Earth, Emma said. Our people need to hear our vision directly, John nodded. We can send a holo message tonight. A brief address from you and me. They worked until shadows fell across the hub. The council center's lights dimmed, marking dusk. A chime echoed. Delegates headed back to the negotiation chamber. John and the team collected their materials and walked to the hall. The evening sky showed through tall windows. Purple and orange clouds drifted. Among distant stars, they entered the chamber. Counselors stood waiting. The silver-scaled elder spoke. Earth, we present our counter-proposals. He tapped his claws. A new charter draft appeared on the central projector. John studied the text. Some lines matched Earth's proposals. Others had changes. Tier 3 membership, 6% contribution. Limited voting on security matters. Emma examined the document carefully. She nodded at John. They signaled Omar to display Earth's edited terms. The rest of the evening passed in careful debate. Emma and John guided the talks. Liana monitored time. Omar ensured accurate translations. At last, the silver-scaled counselor drummed his claw. We have agreement on most points. A few technical details remain. We ask Earth to submit final edits. In writing, we will endorse the charter at tomorrow's session. Emma smiled. We will submit our edits by midnight. Thank you for your fair work. The counselors stood and bowed. Emma and John bowed in return. They left the chamber. John felt relief and exhaustion, but he felt joy too. They had reached a historic moment. Outside, the hub was quiet, most shops closed. A few delegates lingered. John and Emma walked slowly. He took her hand. "We did this together." She looked at him and smiled. "Yes, together. Tomorrow, Earth will join the Council as an equal." He squeezed her hand. "Then the real journey begins." They paused by the painting of stars and a blue world. John touched the glass gently. "Our world shines bright." Emma leaned on him. "Stars will tremble no more." They walked back to the lounge. They prepared final edits, and the holo message to Earth. John recorded his words. He spoke of hope, unity, and responsibility. Emma spoke of peace, respect, and partnership. They sent the message to Earth's networks. John watched a small video of his family wave on a distant station. He turned to Emma. "They will be proud." She nodded. "We all will be proud." They sat in quiet, ready to rest before tomorrow's final session. The stars outside glowed steadily. Earth's new dawn had begun. Sunlight filtered in through high windows as John Carter entered the Council Center's strategic wing. Today, he and Emma Lee would join the Council's security meeting. Emma walked beside him, her holopad in hand. John adjusted his uniform. He felt both pride and nerves. They passed maps of star systems displayed on walls. Each map showed trade routes and conflict zones. John stopped to view one chart. It showed Earth's new trade lanes connecting to distant worlds. He touched a glowing line. Emma smiled at him. "This is the future we shape," she said. John nodded. "We must protect it." They reached a wide chamber filled with counselors in uniform. Liana Grant and Omar Hughes waited near a side door. They joined Emma and John at a long table. A council member with bronze skin and horned head spoke first. "We gather to discuss security. Earth has joined the Council. We must ensure peace. Earth's fleet drills impressed many. Yet we must decide on patrol zones and joint commands." Emma stood. She tapped her tablet. A hologram of the Milky Way appeared. It highlighted key corridors. Earth proposes 2 patrol zones, one near our world, one in the outer rim where piracy is rising. We volunteer our ships and crew for joint missions. An insectoid diplomat clicked its mandibles. Its voice was sharp. "Piracy endangers all." "Yet, patrols cost resources. Will Earth bear full costs?" John spoke. "We share costs. We will host patrol supply stations. We will train allied crews. This effort strengthens all members." The small, transparent counselor chimed. It pointed to the hologram. "How long will these missions last?" "Will Earth withdraw after a year?" Emma replied. "We see this as a long-term commitment. Patrols will continue as long as threats exist. We propose 5-year terms with reviews every year." The bronze counselor drummed her hoof. "Agreed. We will assign areas and ships. Earth's contribution is welcome." Next, discussion turned to defense protocols. A tall figure with crystal skin asked, "Will Earth join the Rapid Response Force?" John answered, "Yes, we will assign a squadron to the force. We ask for integrated command structures and shared intelligence." Crystal Counselor nodded. "Our forces will train together. We will host joint drills regularly." With patrols and defense settled, the Council moved to emergency measures. A blue-skinned envoy suggested a new alert system for star emergencies. Emma agreed and explained Earth's planetary network could integrate with the system. The meeting ended with broad approval. Counselors stood and shook hands. Emma and John exchanged relieved smiles. They had secured Earth's place and security. Outside, in a corridor lit by soft light, Omar and Liana joined them. "That went smoothly," Liana said. "Indeed," Emma replied. "Now we must update our command charts," John stretched. "Let's get to work." They found a planning room. Holotables glowed with sector maps. John, Emma, Liana, and Omar gathered around. "We need schedules for our ships," said Emma. "We must assign captains and crews." Omar tapped his pad. "I have personnel data. We can match skills to mission types." Liana added, "I will draft training timelines." John smiled. "I will oversee logistics. Let's divide tasks." They worked through Mid-afternoon. Light shifted as stars became visible through the high windows. Emma reviewed patrol plans. John organized supply lines. Liana set training dates. Omar ensured all data was accurate. A chime sounded. The council's social liaison greeted them. He invited the Earth team to a small gathering in the central hub. It was a chance to meet other delegates casually. John and Emma followed. They entered a lounge filled with alien cuisine and soft music. Delegates sipped glowing drinks and spoke in many tongues. A tall envoy with silver wings approached Emma. "Welcome, Earth Envoy. We have seen your work. We look forward to working with your team." Emma smiled and nodded. John stepped forward. "Thank you. We honor this partnership." They moved through the crowd. John spoke with a reptilian diplomat. Liana danced lightly among small creatures with lantern-like bodies. Omar traded ship designs with a crystal-skinned engineer. After a while, Emma found John by a window looking at the stars. "How are you?" she asked softly. John exhaled. "I feel hopeful." "We have laid strong foundations," Emma nodded. "Still much to do, but this is a good day." John turned to her. "Thank you for your leadership." She placed her hand on his arm. "We do this together." They watched the stars in silence. Then they rejoined the gathering, ready for the next steps in securing Earth's future. Early morning light filled the research wing where Max Nguyen worked. He was a lead engineer on Earth's new technology project. Today, he and his team would test the alien device they had captured after the skirmish. Lily Carter, the chief scientist, joined him at the test bench. John Carter and Emma Lee had asked for rapid results. Max adjusted the device on the platform. Its surface shimmered in pale blue patterns. Wires and converters from Earth's labs connected to several ports. Lily checked her datapad. "Readings are steady," she said. "Power flows at half output. We need to ramp up slowly." Max nodded and increased the current. The device hummed. A soft glow spread across the table. Suddenly, the glow brightened sharply. Lily's eyes widened. "Max, shut it down," she called. He flipped a switch. The glow dimmed. The device cooled. Both sighed. "That was closer than I liked," Max said. Lily tapped her pad. "But we saw full activation potential. This tech could power a city," Max smiled. "And more. We must adapt it for safe use." They recorded their findings. Soon, other scientists joined them. They discussed how to reverse engineer core components. Earth's labs buzzed with activity. Every team worked on new energy sources, defense shields, and communication relays. Meanwhile, John Carter met with the trade delegation. They gathered in a large hall filled with floating tables of food and drink. Earth's envoys and alien merchants mingled. John shook hands with Rael, a trader from the Andra system. Rael's skin was pale green with silver freckles. He held a small crate of exotic spices. "These will fetch high value on Earth," Rael said. John smiled. "And Earth has medicines and metals you need." Nearby, Emma Lee spoke with a representative from the Tarsa Collective. The Tarsa envoy was a tall being with many eyes. She studied Earth's food samples. "Your grains are rich in nutrients," the envoy said. "We wish to import large quantities." Emma nodded. "We can arrange direct shipments. We ask for fiber silicates in return." They agreed on trade routes and schedules. John watched deals unfold. He felt hope in Earth's future as a trading partner. Later, John joined Emma and Lily in a conference room. They discussed overall progress. "The council charter will be signed tomorrow," Emma said. "Our labs are glowing with work. Trade talks go well. We must align our final steps." John leaned forward. "We need to show Earth's people these results. They must see benefits." Lily added, "We have at least 3 new energy prototypes ready. For demonstration, we can show clean power in action." Emma smiled. "We will arrange a live broadcast. Let Earth see our success." John nodded. "Let's plan the demo." They drafted scripts for a holobroadcast and set times. They included Max, Lily, and trade delegates. Meanwhile, across the center, Liana Grant trained a mixed crew of humans and alien officers. They practiced rescue drills after space accidents. The drills used new shield patches and recovery pods. Liana watched as a team completed a mock rescue. She nodded in approval. "Good work," she said. "This will save lives," the rescued volunteers cheered. Liana felt pride. Back in the conference room, John and Emma reviewed final documents. "Everything is in place," Emma said. "Tomorrow we sign and broadcast." John stretched. "We should rest." "But I feel excited," Emma nodded. "I know, we have one more afternoon. Let's enjoy it." They walked to the observation deck. It overlooked the labs and hangars. Shining ships and glowing machines filled the view. John put his arm around Emma. "We changed history in 3 days." Emma leaned on him. "We did. And tomorrow, Earth will step into a new era." The sun set over the council center. Stars flickered in the clear sky. Earth's envoys watched in quiet awe. Far below, labs hummed. Ships stood ready. Trade ships docked with strange cargo. John whispered, "This is only the beginning." Emma smiled. "Yes, the real journey begins after tomorrow." They held hands and gazed at the stars, ready for the dawn of Earth's new chapter among the Council of Worlds. Dawn broke on the day of the charter signing. John Carter woke early, sunlight dancing through his window. He dressed in his crisp uniform and made his way to the Council Center's Grand Hall. Emily was already there, reviewing the final charter text on her holopad. She looked calm but focused. John entered and tapped her shoulder. "Ready for history?" Emma smiled. "Ready." They joined Liana Grant and Omar Hughes at a side table. The hall filled quickly with counselors, envoys, and members of Earth's delegation. A hush fell as the elder counselor took the podium. He spoke in a strong voice. "Today we mark a new era. Earth joins the Council as a full member. Let this charter guide us in peace and cooperation." Emma and John stepped forward to sign. A large holodocument floated before them, its text glowing softly. Emma placed her hand on the signing panel. Words in her language translated into all council tongues. "On behalf of Earth... She began. John placed his hand on the panel beside her. "On behalf of humanity... Together they completed the signature sequence. A bright pulse spread through the holodocument. Delegates around the hall rose and applauded. Flowers and lights blossomed overhead. John felt joy fill his chest. Emma squeezed his hand. The elder counselor spoke again. "Welcome, Earth. May your wisdom guide the stars." Outside the hall, crews cheered. Aliens and humans embraced. News drones flew overhead, broadcasting live to millions across Earth and space stations. John and Emma stepped onto a balcony overlooking the courtyard. They saw a sea of faces, humans waving flags and aliens offering bows. Emma raised her hand in a greeting. The crowd cheered louder. John leaned close. "They are happy," Emma nodded. "Our people see hope." They returned inside for the holobroadcast. Emma stood before the camera, John at her side. Emma spoke first. "People of Earth, today we stand as equals among the stars. We chose respect, cooperation, and responsibility. This council will guide our path," John continued. "We have much work ahead. Together with our new friends, we will build peace, share knowledge, and protect our worlds." The broadcast ended. Messages poured in from Earth, celebration, pride, and hope. John saw a view of Earth's capital city, lights glowing with fireworks. Emma and John returned to the Council Center's gardens. Flowers glowed in many colors. Paths wound among statues of famous delegates. Liana joined them. "The plants here remind me of Earth's forests," Omar followed. "Our labs start new projects tomorrow. Research teams are eager." John looked at his team. "We did this together. Now we guide the future." Emma placed her hand on John's arm. "This is our legacy. We must honor it." They walked through the gardens, talking of plans, aid missions, defense patrols, research labs, and trade routes. Each idea filled them with purpose. By evening, a feast was held in the Council Center's Great Hall. Tables were laden with dishes from many worlds. Music filled the air. John and Emma danced with delegates of different shapes and colors. Laughter and song rose in the room. As the feast ended, Emma climbed onto a low stage. She tapped a crystal glass and waited. Silence fell. Friends, today we celebrate unity. Tomorrow we build on this unity. Let us share our strengths and learn from each other. Together we will face any challenge. Together we will soar among the stars. Glasses clinked. Cheers echoed. John joined Emma on the stage. He raised his glass. To Earth and to the Council. May our bond be strong. The room roared. Later, as the music slowed, John and Emma walked to a balcony. The stars glittered overhead. The council spires shone like beacons. Emma leaned on the railing. We have done more than join a council. We sparked a new hope. John wrapped his arm around her. The stars will tremble no more. They stood together, looking out at a galaxy alive with possibility. Earth had chosen its path, and the council trembled not with fear, but with promise. Far beyond, new worlds awaited. And Earth was ready.